Not sure if this concept has been discussed before, but I'd so let's put it out just now if you can let me know. This is another version of a Mothra uh, type array, and in front of it you've got these almost gill-like banana blades being held up. Now, what we've seen with like the Skybow product is that shapes like that, if tensioned, will tend to spin rapidly with a Magnus effect. I think it'd be worth experimenting to see wider blades like these than your standard very thin, more solid edge ribbon, whether these would display a similar effect. You could stick them on hubs, not touching the line quite, but if these hubs could crank a gang line, you'd need something to mount the hubs onto, of course, maybe a plate along the bottom. Or again, yet another rope, and a means of cranking a running rope. If these banana blades were spinning around really fast with Magnus effect, you'd combine to throw that bottom rope round really fast. Another way of working that might be if you had a backline trigger instead on these blades. So you could, if you had a front held solidly on the driving rope and a backline trigger to make it switch, the blade switch one way, the other way. So you would drive to the right hand side if you say pulled the back rope back to us at the moment on this left hand side of the closest blade there. That would send the blades shooting forward one phase. Once you've done that, let's turn it around. The back line now, you'd pull it towards us this way. That would send the blades all pushing that way at the same time, driving the load that way. That way you could drive, say, big pistons or a big crank at each end. It would phase it in and out and in and out, depending on how you adjusted these blades. Another way of using that same sort of principle would be to drive a car along a rope or drive a cart along. As it touched one, it would trigger it, pushing the car along. Let the kite go out the back, clamped onto the rope. It touches the next one, carries on and on. Of course, you'd probably want them more densely packed than this, the gills, but it's easier to work the display at the moment. If you were going to Magnus effect them, I guess you could, look at this lovely lurid green effort here, you could stack them more densely as well. So I'm getting a wee bit dizzy here. You could pack those in. You'd probably want a neater pattern as these line up front to back at the moment, but you could spread them out. It might not matter with the vortexes coming off of them. Might whip the next one round, I really doubt it. But there you go. I've used the steering Mothra rig to demonstrate this. I don't think you'd need it. You'd probably just want a flat one, a standard one as demonstrated by Dave Santos on Util. As usual, let me know what you think. Thanks a lot. Cheers.